What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, and I have another emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 22:24 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in this evening. So, we had a massive earthquake strike Taiwan. A 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck Taiwan at right around 2100 Eastern Time. And there have been several aftershocks after that 7.7. It was initially reported as a 7.4. And now Japan's meteorological agency has upgraded it to a 7.7. In addition to that, we have some very serious news coming in from the CIA. CIA officials have announced that Iran will attack Israel in the next 48 hours. So the CIA saying Iran will attack areas of Israel in the next 48 hours. And this is due to Israel leveling an Iranian consulate in Damascus the other day. And Iran vowed a similar response, a harsh response. And all Israeli embassies across the Middle East have now been evacuated. Israel has put their entire military on high alert. And this evening, there was already some unusual activity reported in southern Israel near the border with Jordan. An unidentified aerial object flew into Israeli airspace. So, in the next 48 hours, the CIA is saying Iran will attack Israel. Okay. Very serious news. If that's not serious enough, we have this post here from Joint Base Charleston in South Carolina showing 1,500 pieces of equipment. This was posted to Twitter. 1,500 pieces of equipment, and this amounts to basically an entire brigade combat team. And they're leaving all this equipment in Charleston should a quick response be needed in the event of any possible emergency. Look at this, guys. This is ridiculous. Hundreds and hundreds of Humvees, medical vehicles, utility trucks. Look at all the medical vehicles here, guys. In this picture alone, you're looking at several dozen medical vehicles. Okay, this is for Europe. This is for the Baltics. This is for Belarus invading Lithuania, okay, or Poland. This is very, very serious, guys. Look at this. This is absolutely insane. Okay. And I shared earlier in my update a video of Poland moving their M1 Abrams tanks to Warsaw. Warsaw is the capital of Poland. And they were moving dozens of M1 Abrams tanks from a base in the western part of Poland closer to Germany. They moved them to Warsaw, obviously to reinforce Warsaw. But look at this, guys. This is absolutely insane. And this is a huge sign that something is about to go down. And I don't think this is for the Middle East. I think this is for Europe. Okay, this is basically an entire brigade combat team worth of equipment. Look at that, guys. Look at all these medical vehicles. So something big is about to go down. I'm telling you, Belarus is going to attack Lithuania. It's going to happen very, very soon. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. I think it's going to happen very, very soon. We have U.S. nuclear forces on high alert today and this evening. As of right now, we have 3 nuclear war command and control planes in the air, and we also have a nuke sniffer plane up in the air over Kansas. So we have 1 nuclear war command and control plane in the air off the coast of California. We have 1 flying over central California, and then we also have 1 over the Gulf of Mexico. That's a lot, guys, for this late at night. And then we also have a nuke sniffer plane that was looping over central Kansas. These planes are responsible for remotely launching all of our Minuteman III ICBMs, and they're also a communications relay for our nuclear-armed submarines. So these planes are used to communicate with our nuclear-armed submarines during a nuclear war and after a nuclear war and before a nuclear war as well. Okay, the Pentagon sends out messages through these planes to our nuclear subs, gives them attack orders and launch orders. Okay, so 3 up in the air this late at night is extremely unusual. And earlier today, we had 2 presidential doomsday planes in the air. One of them was actually flying in the Gulf of Mexico in international waters. And then one was flying over Tennessee, and then it actually turned its transponder off somewhere over Missouri. Okay. And then we had an RC 135 rivet joint reconnaissance plane patrolling off the coast of Charleston, which is pretty interesting because that's where all that equipment is. And here we have the video that was released by the Polish military. This was released by the Polish military, guys. Look at all these M1 Abrams on this train heading to Warsaw, guys. This is a serious force, okay? Dozens and dozens of Polish M1 Abrams going to Warsaw, okay? Very serious situation. And Iran's National Security Council decided on a response to the Israeli strike on their consulate, apparently. And Hezbollah stated that the recent Israeli strike is a declaration of war. This update was sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply has brought back their 25% discount on their 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the discount, you got to use the link preparewithNYPrepper.com. And the link is in the description below this video. But this 3-month emergency food supply has a 25-year shelf life. It includes over 2,000 calories per day, breakfasts, lunches, dinners, drinks, and snacks, all contained within 6 rugged water-resistant buckets, and free shipping is included. So use the link preparewithNYPrepper.com to get $200 off or 25% off of the My Patriot Supply 3-month emergency food supply. The link is in the description below this video. Free shipping is included. They also have a general store where they sell all kinds of prepping and survival products, and they're always running various discounts. And to get to their general store, you just got to click on the My Patriot Supply logo when you get to preparewithNYPrepper.com at the top of the page, and you'll see their general store where they sell all kinds of prepping and survival products, and they're always running discounts here. So use the link preparewithNYPrepper.com to get 25% off of the My Patriot Supply 3-month emergency food supply, and the link is in the description below this video. And that they're ready to respond to it. The vice speaker of Iran's parliament stated that Israel must expect Iran's vengeance inside its territory. Iran is planning to respond but won't escalate in ways that could provoke a direct Israeli strike on its domestic facilities, especially its nuclear program, said an Iranian official and an IRGC advisor. And Iran won't publicly take credit for any violent retaliation, the advisor said. This was reported by the Wall Street Journal. Okay, so look at all these tanks, though, guys. This is a massive amount of tanks going to Warsaw. Look at that. Absolutely insane, guys. This is not normal. Okay, and this is not normal. All these Humvees and medical vehicles, that is not normal, guys. Okay. Want to just share some footage with you from Taiwan. We have this entire island that basically broke in half because of this earthquake. You can see the entire edge of this island sloughed off into the water here off the coast of Taiwan. Okay, the entire edge of this island just literally broke off and fell into the ocean. Look at that, guys. 7.7 magnitude earthquake. Let me show you all these aftershocks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 aftershocks after this main earthquake, which the USGS still has at 7.4, but the Japanese Meteorological Agency upgraded it to a 7.7. But look at all these aftershocks, guys. A 6.4, a 5.7, a 5.5, a 5.7, a 5.2, 5.2, 5.1, 5.7, 5.1, 5.1. And this is all within the last hour and a half. Every couple of minutes, there's a new aftershock. Now, there was a tsunami advisory earlier, but it looks like they have canceled it or minimized it to just an advisory. But if these aftershocks keep going, we could see potentially a tsunami here. Oh, there's another one just popped up right now while I'm recording this. 5.7 literally just popped up right now. So that's 11 aftershocks over 5.0. Okay, they're popping up every 10, 15 minutes. This is very, very serious, guys. And I want to just show you some more footage here. Check this landslide out. This was in Taiwan. Look at that landslide. That is absolutely insane. The entire side of this mountain is just crumbling. Here's another video showing another landslide. So very, very serious situation in Taiwan. I'm going to continue to monitor it and update you. I will go live if necessary if there's a tsunami. So far, it looks like the casualties are minimal. From what I've seen, there hasn't been any major reports of deaths or injuries, which is good. So hopefully it'll stay that way, and hopefully there's no tsunami. But with all those aftershocks, that could trigger tsunamis. Okay, here we have some bridge in Taiwan that was just completely shaking. And the U.S. is warning Iran not to target U.S. facilities in the Middle East over the Israeli airstrike in Syria. We will not hesitate to defend our personnel and repeat our prior warnings to Iran and its proxies not to take advantage of the situation. Again, an attack in which we had no involvement or advanced knowledge to resume their attacks on U.S. personnel, said Deputy U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Robert Wood. So the U.S. is warning Iran and its proxies not to use this as an opportunity to attack U.S. facilities in the Middle East. And here we have some more footage coming out of Taiwan. Look at that building, guys. It partially collapsed and it's just sitting there on an angle. And here we have some more footage of someone driving on a bridge, and the whole bridge is just shaking. You can see that light pole there just bending left and right, just absolutely insane. All the cars shaking. And Poland plans to track Russian missiles from cell phone towers and fire towers. Apparently, there was a proposal in the Polish parliament to create what's known as the Spider's Web, which is a project that's going to allow the military to use civilian towers, primarily fire towers, as well as mobile communication towers, to detect and track Russian cruise missiles. So this is another sign that Poland and Europe are preparing for war with Russia. We had the Polish Prime Minister last week say that we are in a pre-war period and that people in Poland need to get used to the idea that we're right before a major war and society needs to prepare itself for a major war. And here we have a picture of Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko standing with his soldiers just several miles from the border of Lithuania. And what's interesting about this picture is the soldiers have white armbands around their uniforms, okay? And these armbands are used to prevent friendly fire. So they wouldn't be wearing these armbands unless they were getting ready to go to war, okay? This is not something that soldiers wear during peacetime or when deployed within their own territory. So this is absolutely crazy, guys. You can see they have this barricade here made of sandbags, and Lukashenko is wearing a military uniform. And we know that Belarus has moved an entire mechanized brigade to the border of Lithuania, literally just 5 miles from the border of Lithuania, right on the same highway that leads straight into Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania, which is just 20 miles from Belarus. They could literally be in Vilnius within just 30 minutes from where they're standing here, okay? And there's no NATO forces in between Vilnius and Belarus. There's absolutely zero NATO forces there. We know that Belarus has set up an S-400 battery, air defense battery, just 2 miles from the Polish border, not far from the Suwalki Gap. That's another sign that Belarus is preparing to attack Lithuania and possibly Poland as well, because they have the S-400s there to provide air cover so they don't get bombarded by Polish fighter jets. Okay, when they try to make their move for Lithuania or parts of Poland, they don't want Polish jets to bombard them, so they have the S-400s there to shoot down Polish jets and Polish missiles. Okay, so this is a very, very serious situation. We had a U.S. Navy Sikorsky Seahawk patrolling off the coast of Kaliningrad yesterday, which is extremely unusual. And here we have some video footage coming out of Kursk, Russia. There was some type of a big kaboom after multiple drones were apparently shot down in Kursk. This is in southwestern Russia, and there's a huge fire burning now. Now, earlier today, Ukraine hit another oil refinery 1,300 kilometers from Ukraine. Okay, that is insane, guys. That's like 700 or 800 miles away. They had this Cessna plane that somehow they were piloting remotely, and it was filled with kaboom material, and they crashed it into an oil refinery. And I don't know if this is another oil refinery that was targeted by the Ukrainians, but look at that fire, guys. That is absolutely insane. Okay, this is in Kursk. And also, there were some powerful kabooms in Crimea earlier this evening. And the Estonian government has reportedly found 800,000 rounds of artillery for Ukraine, including 155 millimeter, 152 millimeter, 122 millimeter, and 122 millimeter rockets. And the plan is similar to the Czech initiative. It would need about 2 to 3 billion before they could release it to Ukraine. So between the Czech Republic and Estonia, you're looking at maybe 2 million rounds. So that's actually pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good, but it's going to take time. They still didn't get the money for it. You're looking at months away, and we don't have months. We have weeks before Russia makes their big offensive on Ukraine. We don't have that much time. And the biggest fresh egg producer in the U.S. has halted production at its Texas plant after bird flu was found in the chickens. And this is coming just a day after we had the first human case of bird flu in the U.S. in Texas. Okay, so it looks like the bird flu is going to be the disease X potentially. We'll have to keep an eye on it. And North Korea said today that it successfully test-fired a new intermediate-range ballistic missile with a maneuverable hypersonic warhead, saying that all missiles that the country has developed are now solid-fueled and nuclear-capable. That is very concerning. Okay, solid-fueled means that they can launch within seconds. Okay, they don't have to fuel it up. It's literally just like, a rifle cartridge or handgun cartridge. Okay, it's constantly ready to launch. All right, so there's no indications that they would be getting ready to launch. We wouldn't be able to see them preparing for a launch by fueling up missiles. Everything is solid fueled, meaning that they can immediately retaliate if there's any preemptive strike launched at them. If their radars detect any of our missiles coming towards them, they can immediately launch before their missiles get destroyed. And former Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko announced that he wants to run in Ukraine's next presidential election. And he said this in an interview with Al Jazeera TV. And Turkish artillery has started attacking Kurdish positions in the northern part of Syria. So we have a lot of stuff going on, guys, but that's the latest breaking news that I have. I will be back tomorrow with more breaking news, and I'll continue to monitor the situation with the earthquakes in Taiwan. And we have this very, very serious situation going on in Europe right now. We have all this equipment here sitting in Charleston. This is a red flag. World War III is imminent, it seems like. And Belarus will attack Lithuania. It's just a matter of time. So have a good night, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere. Guys, the world is getting crazier by the day. We're on the verge of World War III. The US is drowning in trillions of dollars in debt. Inflation is at an all time high, and there's no end in sight. So, you need to prepare your finances for the future with precious metals. Precious metals are a great way to protect your hard earned savings and retirement against inflation and the uncertainty of the stock market. Also, precious metals are good to have for the purposes of preparedness, to be able to barter with people for essential supplies if the grid goes down. Every prepper should have at least a small amount of silver coins. The company I trust for my precious metals is Midas Gold Group. Text NYPrepper to 232425 for free information on precious metals. Midas Gold Group is 100% veteran owned and supports veterans through the Wounded Warrior Project. Midas Gold Group will work with you to convert part of your retirement savings into gold or to set up a gold IRA. And unlike many precious metals dealers, Midas Gold Group offers precious metals in small denominations, which is great for preparedness, so you have something tangible to use for bartering when the grid goes down. Precious metals have continuously risen in price over the past 100 years and are considered a safe investment. So text NYPrepper to 232425 for free information and to get started today.